Good morning, good morning. How y'all are doing? How y'all are doing? Y'all doing good? What's going on? Hope you're commanding your day, being the best version of yourself, loving on yourself, self-care, and doing all that you can. Just coming on to pop on and share words of encouragement, to keep going, to keep focused. The topic today is keep building on yourself, building that strong foundation that could last. You understand? We need it right now. We need it right now with all that is going on. We need that strong foundation for ourselves and for our family, right? Build on positivity. Have the right material to enhance that positivity. Right? Choose the right material that can build and that could uplift and that can help you stand strong on solid ground. So that when the storms come, when the fiery darts, when things come, you'll be unmovable, unshakable, and unbreakable. Right? So build that foundation. Start building that foundation. Because you want your children to see. You want your children and people around you to see that you have a strong foundation that they could rely on. No wishy-washy kind of thing. You understand? So continue to build, elevate, and continue to create that space. Right? Trust in the process. And when I say that foundation is your body you're talking about. Take out the things that don't no longer take up residence. It's taken up residence too long. It's time for it to move out. The things that is blocking you, the things that is making you have setbacks, right? When you're building a foundation, you build a strong foundation. All the setbacks, right? Nothing is wrong with setbacks, but sometimes you have to figure out what caused the setback and deal with it. You understand? Deal with it one time, right? Deal with the setbacks one time so that you will know, hey, this is what causing the problem. Let me root this out. Sometimes you have to root out this stuff, root out the things that is causing obstruction for you to advance forward. Root out the stuff, the negativity, anything that is negative, root it out. Root it out from your system, root it out from your home, root it out. Root it out. Don't let it stay there and grow weeds, thorns and thistles, and it's strangling you, it's suffocating you. When you're having that foundation for yourself, you're building that foundation step by step with the right material. See where the weeds and them hiding. See where the thorns and them hiding. Cut them off. And sometimes it could be people too, eh? The weeds. Get them weeds out. Get them weeds out. Get them weeds out. You will have so many things to come and distract and obstruct. Sometimes you're going good trying to build a foundation, putting the right material, packing it nicely. Somebody don't like what they see. Because you change, because they ain't like what they're seeing, they want to obstruct your plan. You have to beware of all of that. Because you see, they so want you to be the same. They want you to be in the same place, the same movement, the same mindset, the same creativity, the same. However, the same is in a negative form, whatever negative form it is that have you in the same, people love that. They don't want to see you change. Of course not. They don't want to see you start stepping up and building yourself. They don't want that. And when they see you change, That is our next situation. That is our next situation. Because they ain't like change. They love how they are. They love the setbacks. They love the obstacles. They love the hindrances because that is what they're made of. All their life, that is how they're made of. But let me tell you something. That is a psychological problem, you know. So they had to get help. They had to get help from that. They had to figure it out. How can I get help if they want help? Right? It's not you to blame. It's them. And sometimes some of these things come from generations. They see the same pattern being repeated. And they end up taking up the same pattern and repeating it itself. So them don't know better. It had to take somebody. It had to take prayers, God intervening for them to see different. You understand? So at the end of the day, you don't know their history, their background. You know where they're coming from. You know how they are. You know what setbacks they have. You know the alignment spot, all the hiding places it was with them, and you decide to change. You decide to move away from all of that. And that's okay, because you want different. You want positivity. You want a change. You want something that will enhance, something that will grow, something to look forward to. Like building the foundation of your mindset. Building the foundation of self, loving self. Feeding self with the right ingredients. You understand? And those materials that you need to build that foundation is love, peace, growth, stability, care, kindness. All them, the fruits of the Spirit. The fruits of the Spirit. The fruits of the Spirit. You build on those things. And once God in the midst, He had to be in the midst. The foundation will be solid. The foundation will be solid. Right? There's I think it's the fruits of the Spirit. I think it's somewhere in Ephesians, I think. Where God talk about the fruits of the Spirit. Look it up and you'll see all the different qualities to have that fruit of the Spirit. Right? So you continue embarking on that. You continue to stand strong on the things that will uplift, that will enhance your growth. The fruits of the Spirit. Getting that foundation built. You see, just like you build a house, you put up blocks and whatever else, all the different material needed to build this proper house to make a home. And sometimes you have to watch what foundation you're building inside your house. Sometimes there are things, stuff going on inside your house. So you have to look at that too. You have to really see God and ask God, how can I turn things around inside this house? How can I shift the furnitures around? How can I throw out some stuff, throw out the old, bring in the new? How can I enhance it for peace, for comfort? Sometimes it might be people too, as I'm saying. And sometimes your house could be your mind too. What you think, how your thoughts are. What you're putting inside your mind. What you're trying to, think. And you have to make it positive. It's not an easy thing, because this mind always battling. It's always battling. But once you want that strong foundation for yourself, and you want your kids to see that strong foundation, you have to build it. You have to build it. So continue building on yourself, continue enhancing, continue growing, and continue being the best version of yourself. It's a work in progress now. It don't happen just so. So keep working on self. Right? Rooting out the weeds, rooting out all the dirty, murky waters or mud or whatever you want to call it that is not positive. The negative stuff you're rooting out. You got to root it out. Get some cutlass and chop it away. Sometimes you could use your words too. You could use your words and root it out. Speak the word. Speak the word of upliftment unto yourself. Speak the word. Speak the word of growth and stability unto yourself. Speak the word. Once you let it out there in the atmosphere, it will happen. Just speak the word. All right? So continue growing, continue uplifting. Let me tell you something. This is a time to start. If you already started, thank God. But with all the mess this world in, you can't be messy too. You gotta want change. And you gotta want to be different. You gotta want to use your voice for something that is positive, that is something that is relevant. So your voice matters, right? Speak the things, speak life into situations. Speak life, not death. Your foundation is not going to crumble once God is in the midst. Your foundation is not going to be rocky and unsteady once if God is in the midst, thank God. If he's not in the midst, then you will crumble and fall. You always have to see God and put God in everything. Every decision you had to make, God had to be there. God had to be the one to answer your prayers. God. I had to talk to him too. None of us is perfect. We all make mistakes, but we go back to the throne. We go back to the throne. Go back to the throne. Ask God to help us get there, have a better mindset, better relationships, better values for ourselves, for our kids. Right? Give us the ideas, Lord. Show us what we need to do to be creative. Lord, help us. Seek him. Talk to him, just like you talk to anybody else. Help me, Lord, to have a sturdy and strong foundation for myself and my family. Always invite God in everything. Invite him in. We need him more than ever. We need him more than ever now. Because you're seeing the signs of the times. You're seeing how the world is getting. So we need God more than ever. To continue for self and to continue being the best version of self. Like I tell you, it's a process. So you just have to trust the process and trust your journey. Leave it in his hands and he will take care of everything. Every problem, everything, put it in his hands. Right? In all, God still stands. God is still king. He is still God and he still reigns supreme. So continue to trust his lead. He would not direct you wrong. He will not. Just put your hands in the hand of the man. His unchanging hands. His hands never change and his word is not a lie. So continue seeking, continue trusting the process and continue praying. Bending your knees as much as you can. As much as you can. Because we need him more than ever. All right? So like I say, keep building on your foundation. Put God in the mix of things. Let him be in the forefront of this foundation of yourself. Right? Let him be in the mix of things. And continue to trust the process. Trust him. He would not lead you wrong. All right? Like I always say, let the rays of the sun shine through your heart that it bring joy, peace, and love to others. So continue working on self and continue being the best version of self. Command your day. Cover yourself and your family before you leave the house. Because when you step outside, you're stepping into the real world. Right? Trust the process and stay strong. Until the next live, it's bye for now. Take care. Bye.